Welcome back, YouTube. My last video on Amazon really took off and I got a lot of questions over the last few days. So I figured it would be beneficial to everyone if I answered some of these questions and took a look a little bit deeper into Amazon and the reasons why I believe it's the best way for Dogecoin to reach utilization and to reach those high numbers as well. I'm going to read some of the questions, some of the top questions that I've been getting over the last few days. And these are some of the questions that I'm going to address inside of the video. What if no major corporations utilize Dogecoin? What if Jeff Bezos makes his own coin? What happens to Dogecoin without utilization? But what about America's GDP? It would have to be 90% of the GDP of America or to reach those numbers. Well, it doesn't have to be 90% of America's GDP to give everyone great returns. I don't believe that. But the problem is most people are thinking very narrow-mindedly about Doge. Doge is bigger than America, and so is Amazon. Let's talk about it. So I want to start with the Bitcoin question, because that was also a question that I received a lot. Like, why would Jeff Bezos even consider Doge when he has Bitcoin on the table? And I explained this a little bit more in my inflation video on Dogecoin, but it would make no sense at all for really any company to use Bitcoin on a large scale for products and services. I know some companies were very early adapters to Bitcoin, and back then with the prices, they didn't have as much of the wild swings that we're seeing now, but it would make no sense for you to trade a coin that can increase in value 10, 15, 20% in a matter of hours or a couple of days for dog food or toilet paper or things like that that you get off Amazon. I made the case for you trade depreciating assets for depreciating assets. So one of the reasons, like, we trade like the dollar for, like a car or something like that. I made the comparison to buying a Tesla with Bitcoin. I admire Elon Musk greatly, and I even have a poster of him back here, but that makes no sense, because the second you drive the Tesla off the lot, the Tesla starts to lose value. Bitcoin can be worth more the next hour. Like on a grand scale, people are not going to trade their Bitcoin for a depreciating asset. You're going to very quickly run into the same situation that we have with gold. Another popular question I got is, why would Bezos consider Dogecoin when he can just simply make his own coin? And you're absolutely right. He can make his own coin. He is well within his means financially, talent-wise. He can certainly recruit the talent. He can make his own coin. But I'm not sure if everyone is aware, but Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, they pretty much have like this battle of the billionaires beef or something. And I know that from what I understand, Elon pretty much got the contract to go to the moon, pretty much over like Bezos activity and stuff like that. And there's supposedly some kind of appeal going on. I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but from what I understand, Elon got the bid to go to the moon. And I thought that, based off of what we know about Jeff Bezos, is he's kind of like a petty person, or can be, a bit spiteful, just based off of the limited information that we do know. The biggest slap in the face that he could give to Elon would be to pretty much take over Dogecoin, which is why I say Elon can pretty much be like the Doge father or tweet or do a number of things. But if Bezos were to incorporate Amazon with Dogecoin on any level, it would pretty much be Bezos' coin at that point, because there's just no way that Elon can compete with that kind of utility. So for me, that's why I've said that would be like the ultimate slap in the face for Elon. Now, the biggest question that I consistently got was for the market cap or the GDP, and where is all this money going to come from? And there's a reason why I said Amazon would be the best fit for Dogecoin. And I think that as people primarily in America, like myself, is that we typically tend to be narrow-minded about the GDP, and we often don't think about the outside. Like there's a whole world outside of America with investors and utilization and things that they can and desires that they use to investing the same way as we do. And Amazon just so happens to be has a reach in about 58 different countries. That's the biggest thing that I want to accomplish by this video, is that if we're going to say that Dogecoin is going to be the people's currency, we have to remember that we are in an international trade market, and we have companies and we do business with other countries. We can't just focus on GDP and then run America's numbers and be like, oh, well, this doesn't make sense, or that many Americans wouldn't use this, or only this many Americans use Amazon. That doesn't make sense. You're looking at the world through a very narrow scope. But don't worry, I took the liberty of getting some of the high GDP countries and putting them on a list for you. And we're going to get like a total number here, which you've probably seen on the thumbnail. But I just want you to ask yourself, as I lay out these countries, and when you say that Dogecoin will never hit those numbers, just ask yourself, are there any people in these countries that use Amazon? Are there any people that, once they're exposed to Dogecoin, if they're not already, would they want to invest in Dogecoin? I just want you to ask yourself those questions, and you tell me, how far do you think Dogecoin can go? We have Austria, Australia, Belgium, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Italy, Japan, Mexico, the Netherlands, Singapore, Spain, the UK. Like, it's more than just the United States. Utilization with Amazon can put Dogecoin on a global scale. Yeah, America may have the highest GDP, but when you look at the opportunity when it comes to investment, yeah, most people, including Americans, probably don't have a chance at like Bitcoin right now, just because of the prices and the chances that you're going to have from Bitcoin to, pretty much double your profit and go from 50K to 100K. But people in America and people in these countries that I just named, they can for sure afford Dogecoin and to invest in Dogecoin. That interest will grow. And with grown interest, we will attract new capital. And with new capital and utilization, we are guaranteed higher prices. This is extremely rewarding for the early investors. Dogecoin, even at 40 cent, 50 cent, is still a good deal. I understand you want to get your cost average down and the most bang for your buck. I understand all of that. But in the long run, like, we can apply pressure to like these industries. Dogecoin can reach, like I said in my last video, $5 is not out of the question. The last question I'm going to answer is why hold Dogecoin? Why not simply trade it or do like the pump and dumps? People are going to do that anyway. That's like, Dogecoin won't be the exception. People do that all day in majority of companies. As a matter of fact, Tesla is a trader's dream. Like, they swing very rapidly throughout the day and pretty consistently as well. Like, you have to have a base of people that hold your stock. Dogecoin won't be the exception. It's the same thing with Google, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. Like, if there aren't people holding the shares, or if people are simply pumping and dumping it, you're going to see the wild swings that we see in crypto a lot. And you're going to see that in a lot of major companies. The stabilization in a stock comes from the amount of people that are holding the stock or the crypto. And I'm not saying there's no money to be made in trading or like pump and dumps. Like, I've done pump and dumps like a lot last year in trading in a lot of oil companies and stuff like that, when the coronavirus hit and the swings were very wild. Like, no, there's money to be made. There are people that are going to make money holding and, getting from like A to Z, and there are people that are going to make money in between. You just have to have a better idea of what you're doing in between. Otherwise, you're simply going to be buying high and selling low. And I think that's where a lot of people get their frustrations from, as far as when they're losing money. It takes a lot more skill and savvy to pretty much catch like the ups and downs and know when to sell and turn profits. Any stock, any crypto must be held to have stabilization as far as in the value. And with a coin like Dogecoin that has a unlimited supply, that's going to be even more important. So that is why it is important to hold Dogecoin, to have the stabilization as far as in the markets. And that's also going to be two things. It's going to attract new investors, and it's also going to make it more attractive to like bigger companies, like we talked about earlier in the video. Because I believe for the most part, that's what makes Bitcoin, that would make Bitcoin unattractive to consumers to trade for, regular goods, is because of the wild swings. I'm glad I got a chance to answer some of your questions you guys had on the Amazon video, but that is why I believe Amazon is the absolute best pick. It will literally give Dogecoin the opportunity to have utilization in a worldwide market like instantly. And I love that for Dogecoin. It'll do wonders for the early investors. It'll do wonders for utilization on Dogecoin. So I believe Amazon is the best pick. And for everyone that's complaining about like the GDP and stuff on like the last video, for all of my viewers, if you can, please leave like your location, like where you're from, like what country you're from in the comment section. And also, if you have diamond hands, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button for this video. It helps the community grow. It helps push the YouTube algorithm to share the video, and it helps us grow here as a family. I am now shooting for 20,000 subscribers by July. We're approaching 17,000 at the time of this video. So hope that over the next few months that we're able to expand and grow the family to around 20,000 subscribers by July. So if you'd like to help with that, please consider hitting the subscribe button. Let me know your questions and your thoughts. I'll continue to make videos like this and answer them and get back with you all. I love engaging with you in the comment section, in the community section. So please let me know your thoughts. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, and until next time.